text and language you will all have in a handout before you leave. Okay, so you don't have to take it down. You'll all have it in a handout. And then any of the other things that I reference as far as documents will all be posted on Sisters in Pink, okay? So don't worry. I'll tell you if there's not going to be something posted or not handed out. But that way you can just listen to what I'm saying and kind of process it a little bit better rather than having to think about getting everything down. So tonight we're going to talk about coaching your parties, because last week we talked about how to book your party and how to get that appointment, you know, a date and time and a location for that appointment. Now we're going to talk about what happens between when you hang up the phone from making that booking till you show up at her door and she has all these guests there, right? Because that is the really important part of this business, okay? Because we can all book, right? As soon as you pick up the phone and you talk to people, you can make appointments, okay? But it's what happens between that and when you show up that makes such a big difference in your business. I mean, that makes the difference on whether or not you have one person sitting there waiting for you, or whether you have 8 people, whether they're ready to buy, whether they're ready to have fun, whether they're excited about what they're going to experience, okay? And all of that comes from coaching. So I know out there, I was kind of looking around on the web to see what all is out there, okay? It is a crazy mess of stuff out there, okay? You can really bog yourself down on all the different things out there on coaching, okay? And I will tell you that I developed through trial and error and many a no-show, okay? And I can tell you every horror story about you go up, you know, and you knock on the door and they literally are looking through and not answering, okay? Yeah, I've definitely had that happen, okay? So I developed this through trial and error, okay? Because when I was working full-time, I had 0 time, okay? And so when I booked an appointment, oh my gosh, I relied on that. And if I only booked 2 or 3 appointments that weekend and I had 2 of them no-show, then all of a sudden I was way set back in my goals, right? Because if you want to reach big goals, you have to see faces. So when you are, and all of us are busy. I don't care if you work full-time or if you're a stay-at-home mom. I'm telling you, in my world right now, stay-at-home, I am so busy. I was complaining about it to my husband today. And he's like looking at me like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, you have no idea. Okay. So we are all busy. And the last thing we want to do is pack our car, take a shower, get all dolled up, drive to the appointment, wherever it is, and have it be a bust, okay? There is nothing more frustrating than that, all right? And after you have that happen a few times, you start to get discouraged, because it's not only about your party not being there, it's also about the fact that now it's setting you back in your goals, whatever they were, okay? You can have just the goal to make $500 a month. But if your parties aren't holding, you're not making that money, okay? Or if you're going big and bold and you want to be in DIQ by November 1st, if your parties aren't showing, that is a problem, okay? So coaching is super, super, super duper important, okay? And I developed what I do when I was working full-time and booking like a crazy person, because I did not mess with no-shows. And I take it very, 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 very serious, okay? If somebody no-shows on me, I never call them again. There is no rescheduling, okay? No, because you are not a woman of your word, you don't respect my time, and you're not treating me like a professional. I don't want to deal with you. I mean, I don't. And that might sound harsh, but that's my D, okay? I'm not dealing with you, right? Because you want sharp women who are excited about your product, who are excited to learn about the opportunity, and are women of their word. That's who you want to deal with, okay? I absolutely deal with rescheduling. Oh yeah, but they go back on my book because we communicate that in advance. Okay, I haven't showered, all right? Okay, so, oh my gosh, okay, don't make me get like this and then not be there. All right, so the number one thing that I do, actually, before I hang up the phone with them, is we've talked about the date and time, okay, for their party. And then I've said, okay, great, so now I am going to send you a confirmation email. And in that confirmation email, it's going to have the date and time we just talked about, the location of your party. If it's at their house, I say, please verify the address, okay? Because I literally had people not verify the address, and I'm at a completely different location, okay? So I say, please verify the address, and then in that email, it also gives you all the details about what we're going to do at your party, and what you're going to win for free, and it also gives you instructions on how to secure your appointment. Until I hear back from you, your appointment is not confirmed. Okay, so if you could be so sweet to check your calendar, check with your girlfriends, and then confirm back with me, and if you do that in 48 hours, you get a free lip gloss. Yay! and they're excited, okay? Yay! Okay, so, then as soon as I hang up the phone, I send them the confirmation email, okay? So the confirmation email, I will put on the screen, but you're not gonna read it, because you're gonna get it in your handout. But I'm just gonna show you what it looks like, because there's a couple things I wanna tell you about it. And it should be. Okay, so, the only thing I want to tell you about the email, and don't read all the words, you probably can't see it from there anyway. But in the bold print, which I have stood out, is the date, the time, and the location, okay? Because those are critical pieces that I want them to confirm. And then I have a picture of the ring, okay? Because if you're offering the ring, you want them to see it and get excited about it. See it, don't just talk about it. Whatever your hostess gift is, if it's a roll-up bag, you want a picture of that. If it's whatever you're giving them, free product or something, do a picture of a Microderm or a Miracle Set or something to get them excited about what they're going to get. Okay, and then the second half of it is the picture of the free lip gloss. Okay, and then in different color up here we have how to confirm, and if you do it in 48 hours you get the lip gloss. Okay, so how they confirm is by sending you the email addresses for their girlfriends for the invitation. Okay, now you can do paper invites, absolutely, 100%, you can do that. I never did that. I didn't do it because of time. I was just way too busy. I didn't have the time to do paper invitations. When you're booking, 2, 3, 4, 5 parties a week, you don't have time to sit there and write out, if one party wants 30 invitations, how many invitations are you doing in a week? Are you kidding me? Now, if you want to do that, go for it. I personally always did electronic invitations, and the reason why I always did is because I can track RSVPs. I have control, okay? So with eBite, you can see if they've viewed it, you can see if they've RSVP'd. Nowadays, I'm getting a lot of, I don't have their email addresses, nobody checks email anymore. Okay, great. Find me as a friend on Facebook, I'll create a Facebook event for you, you invite your girlfriends, okay? You're still in control because you create the event, you see everybody they invite. You can write messages on the page and everybody will get it, okay? So eBite, Facebook, BeautyBite, I don't know how BeautyBite works, I must admit, because I do what I do. But the main thing is that you want to be able to track RSVPs. You need to be in control of the party, okay? If you can't tell who's RSVP'd, you are not in control, all right? So that is critical to the rest of the whole profile, okay? So you send your confirmation email, and then I send a postcard in the mail, okay? And these are just a couple that I made up on Vistaprint. I'll pass them around. But it basically shows them a picture of what they won, okay? So they get a piece of mail, and they're like, oh, yay, I got a ring. What does it say? Oh, yeah, it says, congratulations. Your party is scheduled for this and such date. I'm super excited. Don't forget to send me your guest list, okay? And so, I'll pass this around. So that's the second thing I do, okay? And then from there, if they send me their guest list in 48 hours, okay, they get a free lip gloss. I do not mail them a free lip gloss. Are you kidding me? Okay. They get a postcard that they can present at their party that says they can redeem this for a free lip gloss. Because part of the lip gloss thing on the email says you have to hold on the original date. Okay? No rescheduling for your lip gloss. Okay? So, yeah. So you get the lip gloss at your party when it's held on the original date. So again, I just made these up on Vistaprint. You guys can pass this around. Okay, so if they sent the email within 48 hours, I pop that in the mail, I send out the eBite or the Facebook event, all is good in the world, right? Okay, so then the next thing we talk about is the hostess packet. There are a couple different options out there for your hostess packet. I am a real simple, streamlined, no muss, no fuss kind of girl, okay? So if it's not quick and easy, I'm not doing it. Okay, so obviously, you send it in a cute little cello envelope, the lookbook. And every bit of your hostess packet is contained inside your lookbook, okay? Because they get this in the mail and they go, yay, I'm so excited for my Mary Kay party, okay? Then they open it, okay, and in here is a handwritten postcard. This one gives hostess tips, like invite more friends than you want to have and confirm with everybody a couple days before, whatever. You don't have to have this. You can just write a handwritten note that says something. There's a ton of verbiage out there on Jen's website. Talks about, I'm super excited for your party. I can't wait to pamper you and your girlfriends. Don't forget to let me know what size ring you need, so that it reminds them of their prize. Or don't forget to let me know about what free product you're excited about. Remind the hostess why she's cleaning her house and getting food for her friends. Okay, that's very important. And then in here is my flyer on what their hostess benefits are. Okay, this is just one that's out there. There's also the Glitz and Glam flyer that you can do offering the ring. I print it out on a little half sheet because it fits inside the lookbook. Okay, so this tells them that they basically get the company hostess program plus some half-price shopping. Okay, because half-price shopping doesn't cost you anything, and your hostess is super excited. Okay, because let's get real. If you're having a party with a busy, successful, sharp woman, okay, she needs to feel like cleaning her house, inviting all her friends, getting her kids out of the house is worth it. And that's going to come from your hostess program, okay? You do not have to break the bank. Do not give away the farm, okay? Half-price shopping is a great addition to the company hostess program that doesn't cost you anything, okay? Or do the Glitz and Glam. They get excited about the ring, and that's on your director. It's not on you, so don't forget about that. Okay, and then in here I also have outside order forms, okay? These are really easy to print on your computer, and they give them all the information from an outside order perspective. Because if you just include sales slips, sometimes they don't know what all they need to put on there or how to do everything, and it's complicated. And oh, by the way, the sales slips cost you, and you're constantly reordering them just to put them in here and have no outside orders, right? Because you never get anything back when you ship it to the hostess. Okay, so this talks about outside orders. So I put 5 of these in there to encourage them to get 5 outside orders, and then their hostess program, and then my card, okay? And that all goes in here. Now, the other thing you can do too is if you are a super excited, crafty kind of woman and want a lot of pizzazz, you can also add cookie mix, brownie mix, whatever you want, and pink lemonade, okay? And put it all in a cute little padded envelope along with that package that we just talked about, okay? And your hostess is going to be super excited that you gave her cookie mix and pink lemonade. Absolutely, okay? Just keep in mind it has to be the bag kind of cookie mix. It can't be a box. And also keep in mind that this is going to cost you a solid $6 to mail, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? So we've mailed them a confirmation, mailed them a postcard, right, confirming their party, and now we've mailed them a hostess packet, okay? So they're getting a lot of mail. They're very excited about their party. Okay, then we've created the event. So I have some sample language for your Evite or your Facebook event. Obviously, if you do a Facebook event, I grab the pictures off of the Beauty Bites on Mary Kay In Touch. I just click on the Beauty Bites, grab a picture, because they're the perfect size for that top part of the Facebook event. And they look real professional and on spot and all that. So just make sure your event, if you do that, looks awesome, okay? And then about 5 days out from the party, either on Facebook or Evite, however you did it, I post or send out a reminder to everybody, okay? And the language is here, but it's basically saying, introducing yourself. Hi, my name is Donna. I'm going to be your professional beauty consultant at so-and-so's party, and Friday at 7. I'm really looking forward to meeting you, pampering you with these products, and most of all, having fun. There are prizes to be won, so please be sure to be on time. Hint, hint, right? If you haven't had a chance to RSVP, please do so that I'm ready for y'all on Friday, okay? Because now you're prompting them to actually respond. Are they coming? Okay? Then about a day or so later, check the event again. If you have a bunch of people who haven't responded, you don't have any RSVPs, or you only have a couple RSVPs, or you have a bunch of people on Evite, it tells you if they viewed the event. Okay, if you have a bunch of people who haven't viewed it, I send my hostess a message, however she best communicates with me, either email, text, or phone, and I say, that language is here too. I basically just say, hey, I'm super excited to pamper you guys. It appears like most of them have not yet viewed the Evite, so you may want to reach out to them and make sure they know all the details, okay? Because now you've got your hostess checking on her friends to say, hey, are you guys coming? Are you not? She needs to know. Please, RSVP to the Evite or RSVP to the Facebook event because my consultant needs to know. You've got them kind of hitting the ground on that. at that point in time, she's gonna say, oh yeah, okay, or 5 of my friends know they're coming for sure, they just didn't respond to the e-bite. Okay, great. As long as it's under control and you know what's going on, that's perfect. And then about a day or 2 beforehand, I send them another text or email and I just say, hey, I'm super excited to pamper you all tomorrow. I want to verify your ring size for that gorgeous pink ring that you won. Remind them of their prize. Do you know how many girlfriends will be joining you? I want to make sure I have enough supplies with me and I'm all set up by the time you arrive. If they're coming to the studio, or I have enough supplies with me if you're going to their house, okay? You always have enough supplies. But the point is that they feel like they need to let you know or you're not going to have enough stuff, you know? So they have to get on it. They have to respond to you, okay? Now, part of this coaching, I will tell you, all of this coaching takes 30 seconds or less every time you do it, okay? It seriously is something I have in my notes on my iPad, and I copy and paste, okay? Either email or text. It takes 30 seconds every time I touch my hostess, okay? But each and every time I do this, I'm doing it for a reason. I'm reminding her of her event, I'm reminding her of her prize, and most of all, I'm seeing if she's responding to me, okay? Because the second that she's not responding to me anymore, the next text or email I send is, I haven't heard from you. Do we need to reschedule your party? If Saturday isn't going to work, that's fine. Let's get another date on the calendar, okay? Because if it gets too close and she's like, oh my God, this isn't happening, and she cancels on you last minute, she's never going to rebook with you because she's embarrassed, okay? So you got to catch it before that happens. You got to catch it before she feels bad or she's embarrassed or none of her friends responded and now she's all flustered and she doesn't want to do it again, okay? So through this, you're kind of touching them like every 2-3 days. Okay, it depends on how far you book out your parties. If it's months, you know, I post the e-bite a month in advance. And then I don't start doing this until, you know, like a week before. So it just depends on how close you're booking your parties. But the importance is that if you're not hearing back from your hostess, rebook her. Rebook her because your date isn't working. And if you don't rebook her, she's going to be gone and never rebook with you again, okay? But also, don't think you're showing up for a party, okay? Don't shower. Don't load your car, because you don't have a party. If she's not talking to you, you don't have a party, okay? So at any one of these steps, if she doesn't respond to you, that's when you just hit her back with, you know, hey, I haven't heard from you. You know, does it look like Saturday's not going to work? Would you like to reschedule? Let's get another date, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is lose that completely. You had a person who was excited about a party, okay? So you want to make sure that you keep her feeling excited about the party, okay? And then pre-profiling language, I gave you 3 different ways to pre-profile in here. One is a text that you're going to send to her guests. Sometimes they give you phone numbers, sometimes they don't, okay? So if they give you phone numbers, absolutely take control of pre-profiling and do it yourself the day before, okay? If they don't give you phone numbers, then there is an e-bite message that you can send, or you can post on Facebook, the Facebook event, and that basically says, hey, email me these answers, and gives your email. And then there is a text script you can give your hostess to have her pre-profile her guests for you. That's the third option, okay? If you're really busy and you have tons of parties and you need to go that route, it's way better than not doing anything at all, okay? But staying in control of communication and staying in control of your party is the #1 way you're going to guarantee you have a party, okay? And you're going to know exactly how many people are going to be there when you show up to the door, right? You're going to know you have 5 guests, or you're going to know you have 3 guests, and it's okay because we're going to have fun. Or you're going to know it's 10 guests, and oh, I hope I have enough mirrors, okay? You're going to know before you show up if you do all these steps. And like I said, they're all 30 seconds a pop. Super easy. Super duper easy. Okay. So, the other thing I was going to just show you really quick is the, sorry, you just see me fumble around. Okay. Is the outside order form. Kind of a little bit bigger, because this actually asks them questions over here. You can't read it at all. But would you love a free facial and glamour makeover? Are you interested in earning free products by hosting your own party? Or are you interested in earning extra money? Okay, so they can check these, because you're not going to see them. These are outside order forms, so you're not going to see these people. But then you get all their information, the hostess name, and then what they want. It tells them how to calculate sales tax, all that. And then you can put your stamp right there, so they know how to contact you. And then their credit card number and all that stuff goes right there. So it's really self-explanatory, and it seems to be a little bit easier than just putting sales slips in there. I just get better results with that. And then the hostess flyer that I just talked about prints onto 2 half pages. I think this was designed by Tanya.
It was.
Yeah. So this is awesome. It's the company hostess program. 10% if no bookings, 15% if one booking, 20% if two bookings, free product. And then this talks about half price product for every guest. So they get one half price product for every guest. You know, but keep in mind, half price shopping for your hostess doesn't cost you anything. Okay? So if you have a hostess who has 10 guests and you have a $1,000 party, I recommend you just let her shop for the holidays at half price. That's just me. It's totally up to you. But she's going to be super excited to host for you again when she gets to do that. Okay? But if you decide to go with the glitz and glam, the ring, you can also give your hostess the ring and let her half price shop. Hasn't cost you a single dollar, and she is super excited. Okay? Because she can do all her holiday shopping at half price. Okay? And all you're doing is getting a great customer, an excited hostess. And then all those gifts get given away because you have product reorder stickers on them. And so all those people that she's giving as gifts are going to call you for their reorder. Okay? So half price shopping in the holiday season is huge for your business. Okay? So there is a bunch of different little things you can do there. Okay, and then finally, tracking. Okay, so I have to give credit to Jen Maduro for this awesome tracking sheet. Okay, so this is just a tracking sheet that she made up, but I love it. But there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. But you've got to track your parties, right? Because if you have big goals, you have a lot of parties on your books, right? So you are going to lose track of whether you've sent the postcard, whether you've sent the hostess packet, whether you followed up with them, whether you've emailed them, have you pre-profiled them, who's all coming. You're going to totally lose track, and you are going to spend hours trying to figure out where you are, okay? And so I'm telling you, tracking sheet for every single party that you have. The second you have a booking, you make a tracking sheet. Okay, it goes in your little binder or whatever, and you check off every time you do something, okay? Because that way you're not going to miss steps, you're going to have great coached parties, and you're not going to spend a lot of time running in circles trying to get organized, okay? Because organization...
I know, I definitely want to do it myself.
I was like, is that coming from my iPad? Okay, so, it was just so close to me. Okay, organization is how you're going to save time, okay? And most of you have other full-time jobs, and so this is all about being very time efficient and very organized. And if you struggle with your efficiency or your organization, then you need to get a handle on that if you have big goals, okay? Because if you have big goals, you have to be organized, or it's just not going to work out for you. You know, you've got to get a handle on it, because when you get organized, or hire somebody to go and organize for you. Hire somebody and they can organize you, okay? But when you get organized, you will be amazed at how much time you have in your day, okay? Question?
Just some basics, because you're rock and rolling through your iPad. Where are you storing your documents on your iPad? Are you using the same form like all the time? Are you storing that in your notes?
Yeah, I have them in multiple places. Okay, yes, because when you're on the go, you don't want to have to think about, okay, when I get home tonight, I need to send this confirmation email, and I need to text this person, and I need to, you want to be able to do it right away, right? Or if you're on the go, if you're at work, if you're on your lunch break, okay. When you go get a pedicure, which is what I did today, and I went, okay. So, don't they look great?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to figure out what works for you. Okay, so emails and text language I have in my notes, because you can cut and paste it into text and email super easy. Okay, but any document, I have a PDF in my iBooks that you can also email immediately. Yes.
I have a question. So, when you're getting bookings from bookings, how do you start that coaching process?
Mm-hmm.
Do you give them their packet right
No.
then? Okay.
No. People have to earn a packet from me. Okay, I'm just telling you, I'm really super frugal. Okay? I am extremely frugal. Okay? So people have to earn things from me, including my hostesses. So when I book from a booking, I get them excited about it, but I also say, I'm going to send you a confirmation email,
Okay, so
and
start
you
the whole
confirm with
process.
me, and then you get my postcard. And then if you send me my guest list, you get a free lip gloss.
Okay.
And then once you've sent me your guest list, I mail you a hostess packet.
Oh.
I'm giving away a whole lot of hostess packets, and they're never getting back to me, right? Yeah, yeah. So I don't do that. Now I know there has been other training out there that says give them this super cute bag and a hostess packet and all of that. And if that is what you're working with and that is going great for you, don't change anything, okay? The secret in this business is if it works, don't change it. Rock it. Okay. So if it works for you, don't change it. But I personally don't do that. It never worked for me. I felt like I was giving away a lot and not actually getting parties, and it just wasn't working for me. So I changed it because it takes time, money, and energy to put those things together. So to this day, I have an assistant, but I coach every single step myself personally to this day. Because I'm the one that's making that booking call. I'm the one that has the relationship with them. I am the one that is going to be able to tell if they want to reschedule or if they're feeling like they're not following through. I don't give any of that to anybody else. I absolutely take control of it myself because I'm the one that's going to load my car and shower and show up at the door, right? So,
Okay, the
And-
showers.
the shower thing, it is. It takes time, man. This hair doesn't happen, okay? No. I know, my husband's thankful that I have babies too. Yeah.
You only shower on Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
One important thing that you mentioned, which is what, when Lindsay was at one of my parties, and she taught me as well how to be frugal and not give stuff away. When we have little goodie bags, do you only give those away if they're sitting down with you and ordering product? Or do you
Oh, so
just-
you give a goodie bag to every guest at the table? Is that what you do?
Right, but like I said, Lindsay
Okay.
schooled me on that, so
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure.
Well, I mean, again, if you feel like you get great results from that, wonderful. But people come to the party for the experience of being pampered and having that time with their girlfriends and learning about the products. They're not coming expecting a goodie bag from you, unless you tell them that
Right.
in the beginning. So what I do, if we're gonna talk about my frugality, okay, is that
It works.
what I do is that I have prizes that I give away at the end through ticket marketing, through interaction, asking questions in the skincare class, referrals. You get so many tickets when you give referrals, that kind of thing. And so if I had, let's say, if I had a party of 8, I'm gonna give away 3 or 4 items. And in total, those 3 or 4 items in total are gonna cost me no more than $6. Okay? So I usually give out a couple hand cream samples, that cost me 50 cents, and then I give out one thing that may be $3, $4, or $5. Okay? So, I am like really, really super about that. Okay? So if I don't do, and plus I'm not gonna put all that together. That seems like a lot.
So you don't do goodie bags?
I don't do good bags at all. I was never taught that way, so I just have never done that. I just don't do that. I don't do goodie bags. I just don't do that. That seems like a lot. No.
My opinion is, if you wanna do goodie bags, it's totally fine, but they get them when they close with you. One-on-one closing. Don't put them at the table, because then there's no reason for them to close with you. And let me just add to Donna, which was amazing training, Donna.
Yes.
Let me add one quick thing. Let me add one quick thing to Donna about the hostess program. If you're using the Glitz and Glam ring, which your director provides for you with 4 or more friends, is wonderful. There's no motivation for anything to be sold. Because the girlfriends get in the ring, she's told her friends, come, you don't have to buy anything, come, you don't have to buy anything, you just have to be there, I need 4 of you, come, you don't have to buy anything. She's now told her friends, come to the party, you don't have to buy anything. So her friends are not coming expecting to buy anything. I suggest the ring costs you nothing, comes from your director. You only get the ring if you get the guest list and you pre-profiled your guests ahead of time, then you get it after the fact, is that you do the company's hostess program based on sales. Because then she's gonna buy her friends who have money and wanna buy. She's gonna invite them, right? She's not just gonna invite her broke friends. I'm not being mean, but it's true, okay? Because otherwise you're just selling to her, have 4 friends, that's all you need, have 4 friends. So if you have sales you're not excited about, anybody here would like your sales to increase?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, but a couple things. One, it's probably your hostess program. If you're just using the ring promo, there's no motivation to buy. Match it with the company's hostess program, which is based on sales that happens at the party, but you have to educate. So Donna mailed out the hostess packet. Donna is then gonna talk to her hostess about what would you like for free. Most of my hostesses earn about $100 for free, and depending upon how many friends, you have 6 friends, you get 6 half price items. So they're excited about what product they want. So they're motivated to get outside orders. They're motivated to tell their friends, come, you're gonna love the product, come, you're gonna love the product, okay? So then you get, Lindy's gonna excited hostess who got $100 for free and got 6 half-price items. Her friend Alabelle and Juanita booked. She's now after the party gonna say, Alabelle, girl, Donna treats her hostess awesome. Let me tell you how it works. She's all like telling me, you better hold your party. You wanna see what I got for free? You wanna see what I got for free? So if you treat your hostess well, and she's excited about what she got, her girlfriends who then booked are gonna be excited because she's selling this sizzle for you on top of your amazing coaching. Okay? That's number one, your hostess program and your coaching is the most important thing. What Donna just taught you is the most important thing. You can be the best booking machine in the world, but if you do not coach, there is no appointments on your day book. Okay? The second thing is you have to individually close one-on-one with people. The biggest thing I see that consultants are weekend that need to grow is the one-on-one closing. They'll do it as a group or they'll hand out sales receipts. You're gonna get like 0 to maybe under $100 in sales. So if that's been you, ask yourself, is my hostess program exciting? Am I coaching my hostess? Am I individually closing with the guests that I'm pampering? And then also, how are you closing? What are you saying? Work with your sales director. We're here to coach you. We want to help you and mentor you. And we'll help you to develop that great close because that's where you're going to get the bookings. That's where you're going to get the great sales and that's where you're going to build individual relationships that are ultimately going to turn a great hostess into a team member. Just because the relationships you're developing. A lot of times you're just quickly pampering, not really building relationships, not getting any bookings, not getting referrals, and not getting great sales, and then you're frustrated. You're having to go out and get new bookings again. If you get some great, even if you had one awesome great skincare class, just imagine if you had one great skincare class in your day book right now. You coached like Donna taught you. You coached it really well that your hostess is excited. There are 5 or 6 girls that show up there. Out of that class, you get, let's say, 3 people to book parties. You take those 3 parties and you coach them properly with great women. Then you grow those 3 parties. If you've got 2 bookings from each of those parties, that's 6 awesome parties on your day book. So you're spending more time coaching than you are making booking calls. When I hear consultants say, I'm always on the phone booking, all I do is book. My question in my head is, what is your hostess program like, and what is your coaching program like? When people say, I'm so frustrated with sales, do you pre-profile? Well, okay. When I pre-profile, I tell people, think of me as like Macy's on the go. You're gonna fall in love with stuff, I got it here for you to take home that day. Really, you do? Like I get to take it home that day? Yeah, I sure do. I take Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. I even do a husband underwear miss payment plan. You can pay a little check, little cash, little card, he won't know how you pay for it. Okay? People come to my parties excited to buy, and we shouldn't be embarrassed or shy about saying we have product to sell. Women are spending millions of dollars a year out there buying stuff at Walmart, at Target, at MAC, at Estee Lauder, all these places. Why not with you? We sell the most amazing products. We have the most incredible company, and you're the best service. So really fine-tune your skills and become a master at coaching. Because if you master coaching and you get bookings from bookings, you will never have to do booking calls again.
2 things I want to add based on what you just said, sorry.
No, that's great.
One is if you're calling the booking, going through the booking call part, and your hostess is asking, do my friends have to buy anything? Just note to self, you don't have to really pursue that a whole lot. You're looking for, a very go-give party, if that's what she's asking you, because she obviously doesn't have a whole lot of interest among her friends. Okay, I'm not saying don't book her and don't do the party, but I'm just saying that should trigger something. If you have a hostess who's asking a whole lot of questions about what her friends have to buy, obviously our parties are no obligation. But what I say when they ask that question is I say, our parties are absolutely no obligation. However, I know your friends are gonna fall in love with what I'm gonna show them, and I do carry a full inventory so they're gonna be able to take it home with them tonight. Okay, so that everybody knows we're going into this for a sales purpose. There's no reason to hide that. No reason, no matter how you book them. Okay? It is a complimentary pampering session, but you are not go-give for your entire Mary Kay existence. Okay? And then the second thing I want to add is that I read somewhere that if you have a party and you get bookings from that party, which we're all going to do, right? Y'all get bookings from bookings, and then they don't hold, you need to reevaluate your hostess program. Because the number one thing people do after they leave that party is they ask the hostess, hey, what'd you get?
Right.
What'd you get from hosting a party? Because now you're asking this person, they get excited at the party, they're excited, they want to have their own party, and then they go home and they realize, oh my God, okay, so now my husband has to get out of the house with the kids, and I have to clean the house, and then I have to get food, and then I have to get friends. Oh, this is a lot. So they call their friend, they go, hey, by the way, what'd you get from that Mary Kay party? Is it worth it? And you want your hostess to be like, oh my gosh, I got so much stuff, it was awesome. Then she's gonna hold her party. So ask yourself, if you have a bunch of bookings that aren't holding, reevaluate your hostess program.
That's right. And there, yeah, real quick, there's some great training. I put on, and Donna, thank you, you are so amazing, but don't go anywhere, Lisa has a question, and maybe for you too. But I just wanna real quick say that on Sisters in Pink, I put a posting, Ari Hathaway, who's incredible, she's a national sales director, of her doing some training with her emerging leaders, and it happened to be a topic of getting bookings from bookings, and how to secure going to a party and taking one party and turning it into 5 or 6 appointments because of the checkup facial. It's on Facebook, Sisters in Pink. You need to call and listen to it. I know, I'm like, okay, listen to this hotline, listen to this training, but it's so important. I promise you, I gave it out to some people who's already listened to it. Okay, is it not the most phenomenal training? So do yourself a favor, educate yourself, listen to that, take notes. Ari is a master at that. She built a national area in 7 years from booking parties and barely making booking calls. Wouldn't you guys be excited to have 10 well-coached skincare classes on your date book at all times? Wouldn't you be so excited your date book's so loaded up people have to wait weeks to get on your date book? Or how about you have so many parts of your date book that you get to dovetail into your team because you can't do them all? Wouldn't that be awesome? It's just a skill you learn. Everybody can have it. So I'll repost that number. It is a good half hour long, but do yourself a favor. Now in the beginning she does some recognition. You can hit 2 to fast forward, no big deal. If you want to hear her giving her area recognition, not a big deal. Hit 2, but listen to the meat and potato of her training. I promise you, Ari Hathaway is incredible. She doesn't just tell you what to do, she tells you why to do it. And sometimes our personalities won't just go do something because someone told us we need to know the analogy behind it. Why do I need to do that? And then I'll go do it, right? Okay. So Lisa had a question, but it might be for you, Donna, so I didn't want you to sit down.
Donna, amazing training, amazing. But with your hostess program, are you using the company hostess program and also the shopping half price too, or they get one or the other?
The flyer that Tanya made up is the hostess program, and then one half-price item for each guest there. Honestly, during the holidays, I get my booking. Nobody wants to have parties during the holidays. You know, like, I mean, so I get a lot of my bookings during the holidays, in November and December, by promising my hostess half-price shopping
That's
for the
right.
holidays.
And here's how it works is that, let's say Donna's my hostess, she earns $100 for free. She has 6 people at her party. She has to spend her $100 first, and then she gets to go half-price shopping. It's not use the $100 as half-price shopping.
But
Let's
wait,
be clear.
just because we're being clear, I don't give them free product.
Okay.
I just give them half-price shopping.
Right, but on your flyer. that
Right,
you're
on the
using,
flyer, yes,
Just
yes,
for holiday
yes.
times, Donna has found herself personally that people get more excited to do holiday shopping at half price. I personally do the free product. Tanya's had great success with free product and half price shopping. You have to find what works for you, but you have to be excited about it. If what you're doing, if you're having problems with parties canceling, something's not connecting right. Your parties, things do happen, but 90% of your parties should hold or reschedule. 90%. Something's not right. So talk to your director. She's done every hostess thing on the recent sun, I'm sure. We'll be happy to coach you through it. And basically, we're going to ask you, tell me what you're currently doing. Okay, great. Are you excited about the hostess program? Okay, great. Let's talk about the process. What can you tweak? And you only need to start with 1 or 2 good parties on your date book, y'all. When I see you guys all go, oh, I've got 10 parties, but then I don't see any results from them, you are stressing yourself out and being frustrated because you're not doing it right. You're trying to get your date book loaded up with so many parties that you're missing the most important. What Donna taught is the most important thing. I'd rather you have 2 parties on your date book and coach them properly than have 20 parties on your date book and not coach them because they're not going to hold. And then you're frustrated. And the first people to let us down are our family and friends. They're the ones who have to coach more than anybody. Our family and friends, okay? So, any other questions before we, yes?
This one's, I don't know if it applies, but maybe someone else has the same issue. How do you get like the right people? Because I, for some reason, cannot get anybody else other than, because I have all these parties, but nobody buys them because they're all broke. How do I
Okay,
get
so
out of that?
I will first say that I don't think there is a right person. I think that everybody that you book can be the right person. It's
Right.
just a matter of their circumstance, but also you create the desire for your product at the party. And if you aren't creating the desire, they aren't gonna spend their hard-earned money on the product. But if you create the desire at your party, they don't care if they don't have gas money to get home, they are buying that miracle set. So, you know, that's just a hot button for me because I just really don't believe that there are right people and wrong people, or broke people or rich people. You can have a party with a whole bunch of well-off people. If you don't create the desire in that product, they are not buying a thing. And you walk away going, I just went to this amazing mansion and they didn't buy anything. Okay? And that's because it all comes back to you, and you have to create the desire for why they want to part with that money in their pocketbook and give it to you and have that product. So it's all in your presentation, your skincare class.
Yes, Jen, you had different things, but what do you do, Donna?
I do, if you book 2 people, you get to open the gift.
Oh, okay, so it's the same thing, the hostess is incentivized, so Alabelle's my hostess, 2 of her friends book, she gets the gift. Back in the beginning, what I did that I worked really well for me, and a lot of times I bring it to debuts, I meant to bring it this weekend, but I forgot it, I have a booking basket, and it's discontinued cute product with hand creams in there, so it's stuff that I don't want on my shelf anyway, I'm talking like an eyeshadow, discontinued color, a lip gloss, and, or you can fill it with the hand creams, and if they book their second appointment, for me, they'll just book a second appointment, even if it's a glamour or a skincare class, they get to pick out of my booking basket. I call it a booking basket. They don't get to go in the basket and look in the basket unless they book an appointment with me. I don't care if it's just a one-on-one. If I book with her again, I'm gonna build more of a relationship. She's gonna get to know me better. I'm gonna probably get her on more product. She then might be a hostess because she feels more comfortable with me, and I want appointments on my date books. So I think oftentimes what I see people missing, if you want my opinion, is that people are missing the second appointment. You guys are going for the party and in for the kill for the party, but you're not booking second appointments. Let me tell you, most of my second appointments are like $200-300. And they're awesome, and you're building a connection and relationship. So if you like, it's a cute idea, just get a cute basket and fill it with, you can get on section 2, Mary Kay hand cream samples. For a bag of 12, you get for $6, so they're 50 cents. And you can also go to Pink Sale. When I always watch Pink Sale, sometimes we'll have something, a discontinued odd color or whatever. So what? Make your basket look cute. I keep a basket in a cabinet that's my booking basket. So it's so cute that you can, when you close, you have it beside you. Say, this is my booking basket. Did you want to, well, by the way, let's go get your second appointment booked. You book, you get to pick out my basket. Oh, I do? What's in the basket? Girl, let's pick the date first. And then I hand her my basket. They'll sit there and go, they're so excited. So use that, and so I'll book her for a second appointment. I'll say, great, Alabelle, I have you booked for Friday night at 7. Well, you know, girl, it's just as easy for me to pamper you it is as a friend or two. Do you have a girlfriend that can tell you if she likes your new look or not? Girlfriend or two, maybe? So I might book Alabelle for her smoky eye good glamour look, and she's gonna invite 2 girlfriends to come with her. That's a party. And maybe a lot of you aren't booking your second appointments because you're afraid of glamour. I was afraid of glamour, and to this day I still use the look cards that come into the starter kits. I barely know anything about glamour, and it's okay, I'm being honest and real. I did my makeup. Y'all notice my makeup different tonight?
Yeah, I did.
I worked on my eyes. I was very proud of myself. This is glammed up for me.
Good job.
I shared this with you. That's right, after the New York trip, right, because all those girls are glamorous, they're beautiful. But the reason I share that with you is don't be scared. The only way you're gonna learn is use the look card. It's like paint by numbers, and now you can do the color certification online. Don't be scared of that second appointment. We're not gonna let you go. And if anything, book your second appointments here on Friday nights with us. That's why we're here. So at least book them here and have a friend or two. We are here on Friday nights. We are here. We want you guys here. We want this place packed. We get sad when nobody here. There's just 2 people here. We're like, really? We're here.
I have been using that too, like if they're hesitant to book an appointment with me, because sometimes people don't know if they want to book one-on-one with you, they don't want to waste your time if they don't know if they're gonna like it, and they get all weird. I say, if you want, we have this great glamour night event on Friday nights at the studio, and we give away prizes, it's a lot of fun. You can come by yourself or you can come with a friend, it's totally up to you, and they get excited about that, and I get better booking from that. Not that, necessarily I need to come have somebody else teach the class for me, but people get excited about being in a group thing where the pressure isn't on them so much maybe. And so then after that, when I'm coaching them, I'm incentivizing them to bring friends to it, and that's how I build a party for a Friday night.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought her hand was raised, so I was like.
So when you are closing individually, what are your other guests doing? They're just eating?
Talking,
Eating, talking.
hanging out,
Or you could put
deciding
the,
what they want.
you could put the unpaid play
filling their
down.
roll-up bag.
Yeah. You could if you wanted, that's a time that if you wanted to put the MK play down, you could put a few items, the MK play, if you wanted something to play with. Or you could do the breast cancer sashes with different perfume smells and put them all out and say, pick your favorite perfume. You know, you can be creative with something, but normally I keep it simple, no hostess is just serving stuff. But,
They're focusing on what they're living in their eyes.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's exactly right.